So today I was visiting somebody in the hospital, and she was telling me a few days ago she went on a run, and she was telling the Lord, I want my life to glorify you. And she just sensed in her spirit something was going to happen. Something in her life was going to happen. And she ends up in the hospital with a collapsed lung for the second time in the last year. I just went to go see her before her surgery to pray over her. And after I was praying over her, she was saying, I just know that the Lord is going to use this and it's going to turn around for the good. Romans 8:28, I believe. And I was just confirming to her, like, the things that I've been through in my life, how I can really testify that every time I've gone through something, that it's truly turned around for the good, and it's really helped me to become more like Jesus. And I was telling her about Malachi 2:3, saying that God says, I am the silversmith, and the silversmith holds precious metals in the fire, right in the center of the fire, to burn out impurities. And the silversmith holds the precious metal in the fire until he can see his reflection through the metal. And that's when it's been done purifying. So we were talking about that, and she was just saying how what really stands out to her is that God is holding her in the fire. And I was saying, yes, that stands out to me too, because the enemy can try to come against us, but when the Lord is our God and we're in his hands, whatever the enemy uses to try to harm us, he actually just uses it to wield us for our good, to become more like him and to become more filled with him. We become more like him, we become more filled with him, and our lives reflect him more inside and outside. So if God is for us, who can be against us? If you are facing a challenge, no matter what it is, if you allow yourself to be inside of God's hand and you stay there planted firmly in his hand, trusting him instead of jumping straight into the fire, and I like to call it straight into the devil's cauldron, going out into doing things the world's way instead of God's way, then you can really know that it is going to be worked out for the good. And you are going to be able to get on the other side of whatever the enemy throws at you. And God's going to use it in a way that blesses you. So I hope this encourages you guys today. I know for me, this is something that I've had to look at in my life. And I minister to myself quite frequently through the word, because facing things in this life is a real thing. And, sometimes we just have to remember who we are as God's children.